To live a life without questioning is to live like a shadow, moving but never truly existing. Many people wake up each day, go to work, follow their routines, and never stop to ask, why am I doing this? What is the purpose of my life? They believe they are free, but in reality they are trapped, not by chains but by their own unexamined thoughts. True freedom is not the ability to do whatever one desires. It is the ability to think for oneself, to understand life deeply, to live with purpose. Look at a man who follows traditions simply because they are traditions. He never asks if they are right, if they make sense, or if they serve a higher purpose. He fears change because it threatens his comfort. But is tradition always wisdom? Imagine if a man were born in a city where people believed the sun was a god, and they sacrificed animals to make it rise. If he never questioned, he would live his entire life in illusion. But if he asked, why does the sun rise? Could there be another reason? He would begin the journey toward truth. That is the power of questioning. It breaks the chains of ignorance. But questioning alone is not enough. One must also have the courage to accept the answers, even when they are uncomfortable. Many people ask questions, but only to confirm what they already believe. If they hear an answer they do not like, they reject it. But truth does not care about our feelings. A man who believes he is the strongest may feel proud, but if he steps into a fight and is easily defeated, his belief was an illusion. Should he be angry at the truth? No, he should be grateful, for now he knows his weakness and can grow stronger. The same applies to the soul. If we discover that our beliefs are false, we should not resist. We should be thankful, for now we have a chance to find what is real. The mind is like a garden. If we do not tend to it, weeds will grow. False beliefs, fears, illusions. If a farmer does not care for his land, it becomes overgrown, useless. But if he removes the weeds, plants good seeds, and takes care of them, his garden flourishes. In the same way, we must remove falsehoods from our minds, plant seeds of wisdom, and nurture them with thought and reflection. This is why self-examination is the most important task in life. We must constantly ask ourselves, am I truly seeking truth, or am I just seeking comfort? Do I believe this because it is right, or because it is easy? Some people fear questioning because they think it will leave them with nothing. But this is not true. Questioning does not destroy truth. It destroys falsehood. If a man builds a house on weak foundations, the house will collapse. But if he destroys it and builds on strong ground, his house will stand forever. In the same way, if we let go of false beliefs, we make room for real wisdom, for real understanding. Look at the man who chases fame, who desires the approval of others above all else. He spends his life trying to impress, to be admired, to be remembered. But does he ever ask himself, what does this truly give me? What will remain when I am gone? If he is honest, he will see that fame is like the wind. It comes and goes, and it does not bring lasting peace. A wise man does not seek the approval of the many, for the many do not think, they follow. He seeks instead to be true to himself, to live with virtue, to be guided by wisdom rather than popularity. Virtue is the highest form of wisdom. A man who is truly wise does not only know what is right, he lives it. There are many who speak of goodness but do not practice it. They say honesty is important, but they lie when it benefits them. They say justice matters, but they cheat when no one is looking. What good is knowledge if it does not shape our actions? A man who knows but does not act is no better than one who is ignorant. True wisdom is in living with honesty, with kindness, with integrity, even when no one is watching. Some people fear death, believing it to be the end. But what is death? Is it the end, or is it a transition? And if it is the end, then why fear it? Before we were born, we did not exist, and we felt no pain. If death is the same, then there is nothing to fear. And if there is something beyond, then it is simply another journey. The true tragedy is not death, but living a life without meaning, without seeking truth, without understanding oneself. A man who has lived wisely does not fear death, for he knows he has lived well. Imagine a prisoner who has been locked in a dark cave his entire life, seeing only shadows on the wall. He believes those shadows are reality because he has never seen anything else. Now imagine he is set free and steps outside into the sunlight for the first time. At first, the light blinds him. It hurts his eyes. But as he adjusts, he begins to see the real world. Mountains, rivers, the sky, things he never imagined. If he returns to the cave and tells the others, will they believe him? They will call him crazy. They will refuse to leave because they are comfortable in the darkness. This is how most people live. They are trapped in their limited understanding, believing it to be all that exists. But those who seek wisdom step into the light. The path is difficult, but it is the only way to truly see. A man who seeks truth must be willing to stand alone. The world does not love those who question. It prefers obedience, comfort, the illusion of certainty. Many great thinkers, those who challenged the false beliefs of their time, were mocked, attacked, even killed. But what was taken from them? Their bodies may have been destroyed, but their ideas lived on. Truth cannot be silenced. Lies may rule for a time, but truth always rises, like the sun after the darkest night. The greatest enemy of wisdom is arrogance. A man who believes he already knows everything cannot learn. A cup that is full cannot be filled with fresh water. The wise man remains humble, always open, always questioning, always ready to change when new understanding arrives. He does not say, I know, but rather, I seek to understand. He is not afraid to admit, I was wrong, because every mistake is a step toward greater wisdom. To live a good life, one must seek truth, practice virtue, and think for oneself. One must not be a slave to fear, to society's expectations, to empty desires. A life spent chasing wealth, fame, or comfort is a life wasted. But a life spent in search of wisdom, in pursuit of what is real, in the practice of goodness, that is a life worth living. So ask yourself, what do I truly seek? Do I follow the crowd, or do I think for myself? Do I cling to falsehoods, or do I embrace truth even when it is difficult? To live is not merely to exist. It is to awaken, to search, to understand. The greatest journey is not across lands or seas, but within the mind and soul. A life without examination is not worth living, but a life dedicated to wisdom, to truth, to virtue. That is a life that will shine, even long after the body has turned to dust.